So Sri Vidya is saying, every marriage in our families, we have this tradition to invite a very well-known Purohit or Upanyasaka at least 1 week before and invite the groom's side also to home. And for 2 days, he will explain the significance of all the mantras and rituals so that the couple understands and do not skip any mantra. This happens even before Upanayans. So look at that tradition. So there is a tradition. There is a tradition where people take these samskaras very serious, very serious. Samskara, very serious. That's good. That's good for us to know that there is such a tradition, and where possible, we can we can suggest. Sometimes advice is not a good word, and many parents say, "Who are we to suggest to children?" That they say, but you have to be creative. You have to create. Their well-being is what you have in mind. So tell them the facts of life. This is what life is all about. And there's no guarantee. Marriages. My father told me long ago, that in some marriage, he said, marriage is togetherness is not guaranteed. Like that, my father had told somebody. Not guaranteed. That's what he said before marriage. I found it a little odd. That before marriage, you should say something. But fine, be creative. Be creative. You know how to talk and you know how to present. And so get the message out at the right time. You have to be creative. Yes. Yeah. Haraprasad, go ahead.
Mahodaya, I'm not clear about Sat, existence. Can you explain me once again, please? Just the word Sat.
Right. So, we know what existence is. Existence means what? Our common idea of existence is that either something exists or something does not exist. Okay? So, when I say, I have a book in my hand, Bhagavad Gita book exists. That's the idea. This word means what? Is all these words in English is etc. refers to existence. I'm going to a vacation tomorrow. Suppose somebody said that means what? Tomorrow my vacation will begin. Tomorrow vacation exists. Exists. These are all existence statements which reveal a fact. Something exists. I have a PhD. If somebody says, hey, PhD degree exists. PhD of this person exists. It is a true, it's a true statement. That is the meaning of existence. Existence or not existence. Not exist. I don't have a tomato in my hand. Tomato does not exist. In the hand, tomato does not exist. So our idea of existence does not exist. Is always with respect to an object. With respect to an object or a thing or a phenomenon. Eclipse. Tonight, 6:45, eclipse. There is an eclipse. Eclipse. Eclipse will be. Eclipse will exist. Like that. This is all our idea of existence. Shastram says one very important thing. Very important thing. That by giving the example of this pot. Pot exists. Obviously, pot exists. Yeah, pot. I see a pot. Everybody sees a pot, not just me. Pot exists. We all agree that pot exists. Now, Shastram says, hey, what exists is okay, but if you start inquiring into existence of what borrows its existence from the existence of clay? Clay says, I exist first and foremost. I was the one who existed, my dear friend. You are a bacha. You're a kid, okay? compared to me. Like that, clay says, I'm the guy who gave birth to you. Your existence began just recently. I've been existing for eons before you existed. You are saying I exist, but that I really is clay. It is not you, my dear friend. What? What as though exists? If you say as though exists, then I will agree with you because that existence is not your quality. What? It's not at all your quality. You are resting on my shoulders and you are claiming to be something. Okay, now what the clay is doing is clay is reminding to the pot, it's reminding the pot that this existence is something you have taken for granted. You borrowed existence. It's like the college going student who has not earned a single penny saying, I am a rich guy. Hey, you're not a rich guy. Your parents are giving you whatever you're asking for. That does not make you rich at all. That is what the clay is telling the pot. So the clay is turning the table completely, saying that this existence that you're talking about is just a shaky as though existence. We're all agreeing that pot exists, but the existence, what depends on clay, that is dependent existence. But suppose somebody asks you, is there something called independent existence? Is there something like that? If somebody were to ask, then what will be our answer? Everything is dependent existence. Pot's existence is dependent existence. This tumbler's existence is dependent existence. This bottle's existence is dependent existence. It depends on plastic and liquids and so many other things. Everything I know is only dependent existence. Then Shastram, we have to go to Shastram. Shastram says there is Sat. It uses the word Sat for that independently existent. Self-existent, to use a different word, self-existent, its existence does not depend on anything at all. That is Sat. How do I appreciate the Sat? Hey, you are that Sat. Thankfully, you are that Sat. It's not an object out there that I have to go somewhere and see. I am that Sat. That's it. Once Shastram says, Kshetrajñan chapi mam vidhi, you are that Sat, then there is some food for thought here for all of us. Correct? Then it becomes meaningful. It is not some theoretical statement. That is what Sat is represents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. Anything else? So the whole study of Vedanta is to appreciate this Sat and Chit. Correct? We are using so many words. We are saying Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, this yoga, that yoga. So many chapters we're all studying. All is meant for us to appreciate this Sat, Chit, Ananda. All finally. And because Paranchikani, because we are all built to just take the world as real, absolutely real. There's nothing more real than what I see. Because my mindset is like that, the Shastram keeps on telling me that in different words. They chant this. Everybody, these politicians, they say something. Ekam sad vipraha bahuda vadanti. Like that, you see this word all the time. There's only one truth. Wise people call it by different names, like that they say. Well, okay, fine. So we use different words, different methods, different ways to. All those ways can only be for Antakarana Shuddhi, correct? It's meant for me to just prepare myself, my mind, to accept this fact, to appreciate this fact that I am Sat, I am Chit, I am Anandaha, and I am the whole. I am the whole. Ha, woo, ha, woo, ha, woo. Ahamannam, ahamannam, ahamannam. Who is going to say ahamannam? Which human being in this world is going to say, I am the food, I am the eater of the food? Only a Vedanti can say this statement and get away with it also. So it's Satyam. That is Satyam. Thank you for asking the question, Prasad. All right. We'll pause it. So I saw a question in the WhatsApp group briefly that some question was there. What is the question? I didn't go through the discussion, so I'm
It
not
was
sure.
Swapnaji's question.
Okay. What is the question?
No, it wasn't a question per se. It was just a comment. Somebody who has put, Naranji had put video of Jagadguru Sri Sri Vidu Sekhara Bharati Mahaswamiji's quote that grave papa of discriminating between Shiva and Vishnu, for which I commented, if teachers like Velukudi with Vaishnava background continue to propagate this division, where is the hope for the bhaktas in that tradition? So we all can only pray for Sadbuddhi is what I said. And of course, Premaji commented upon it. And so I just wanted to hear your insight on that.
Yeah. So this is a journey. This is a journey. Moving from Dvaita to Advaita is a journey. We're all built for Dvaita. Our mindsets are built for Dvaita. Because Paranchikani Vetirana. So Dvaita is Satyam for us, for everybody. Okay, Vishishtadvaita is also Dvaita only. There is nothing. They're all words. Vishishtadvaita, Advaita, Advaita, Shuddhadvaita. They have so many words. Advaita itself, there are many types. If you read all those things, you will get confused. And so it's a journey to go from I am different from the world is different from God, and I am, of course, different from God. That's the common vision out there. Go from there to Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma. Ishvara and I are not essentially different, not different at all. Only Upadhi difference. World and I are not essentially different at all. There's only Upadhi difference. Go to that point and say that I am Purnaha. I fill up the entire universe to make such a statement. It just takes some time. It takes an adhikari who has questioned all these things, who can understand very easily that yatha iha tata amutra. Just as it is here, that is how it's going to be in whatever world you go. You've got to say yes to that statement. Yeah, some life, better life maybe, etc. I may be able to fly and meet big people in Swarga. Okay, that's all fine. But that won't attract me at all. That is not what I'm after. And so it just takes Sapna. It is just like that. That's the way it is. And so it is difficult to come out of this idea that there is a savior and I must be saved. It's the most popular idea. That permanent division has been created between me and Ishvara. I need the life starts with the division, but life is meant to reduce the division until a point where division vanishes. That's how I see that life should be. So yeah, I think there is room for everybody in this universe, and so everybody has that room. Okay, that's one response. Yeah. Now look at this. Vishekara Bharati is saying you can't separate Shiva and Vishnu. Like that he's saying. Sringeri, the powerhouse of Advaita. What happened? Puja Swami told us this in a satsang. There was a time Puja Swami is very serious about this. He understood this the problem of the society. Indian society. And he said, with all these forces attacking Hinduism and from all sides, Hinduism needs to have a voice. They have to bandy up together. You know, you can form association, apartment association, homeowners association, parents teacher association. Everybody has an association. And he says Hindus also need an association. One voice is needed. There's no one voice at all. Every matha is saying something, their own stuff. And whole world knows these Hindu people are the most confusing people. Everybody says their own, whatever comes. So he decided he's going to form this Acharya Sabha. Acharya Sabha. Acharya Sabha means what? Hey, these are all ancient matas. And so ancient, the world doesn't even know how ancient they are. We all have to come together. Come together for one voice, one Hindu voice. If somebody were to ask what is the meaning of Sanatana Dharma, that one voice should be able to say, this is Sanatana Dharma. These days they ask all these questions. Otherwise, 10 people will say 10 different things and nothing flies. They use one of the Hindu acharyas against the other acharya. They will use this acharya against the other acharya. And they will just neutralize the entire Hinduism itself. This is what happens. So Swamiji started this Acharya Sabha. So series of meetings, huge accomplishment it is for all acharyas to come together. It is unheard of in modern India. And they wouldn't come also. These acharyas they have such ideas about themselves. They won't even come. Swamiji had to go and give a red carpet. He had to go and invite them, saying, this is so important for our society. We need you to be part of this Acharya Sabha. Swamiji himself is not part of Acharya Sabha. Only ancient mathas are part of it. And so he convened all these meetings. And it took off. They talked about Karvapsi, conversion is a problem. Textbooks. Our textbooks are teaching all nonsense about your dharma. You and I have to pay attention to it. Sannyasis have to speak up. Like this, he started introducing these ideas. So it was going very well. The year there was a meeting. And one meeting he went, and one very, very, very big Vaishnavacharya started talking about this Vishnu, why Vishnu is the greatest. And Swamiji, privately, he was telling us, he told that Swamiji, it's not about Vaishnava Sampradaya or Shaiva Sampradaya or Devi Sampradaya or Ganapatya Sampradaya. We are here to talk about Hindu, how help society rise up from its ashes. We shouldn't be talking about our philosophy and all. We should keep that to ourselves. Like that, Puja Swamiji, who is the convener of this Sabha, told this particular Acharya. So it's still not there. The people are not getting it, right? That's the idea. So deeply entrenched ideas are there. Okay, and we have to live with everybody, but we can't sacrifice the whole. And so it will take some time, Swapna. We're all changing. Our society is changing rapidly, and people are coming together. And governments also are changing gradually, and so it will take some time. But every Dvaita has its place, Vishishta Dvaita has its place, and Bhakti is there. Vishishta Dvaita, Bhakti, that person is a Bhakta, no doubt. As long as they don't put down others, weakening Hindu society, I am very happy. I'm very, very happy. Very happy. They come together in common forums and give up their ideologies and talk of Hindu society and its greatness. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Yeah, Ramoji, go ahead.
This is what they did in the Rama Pradishta day, playing one Shankaracharya against another.
Okay.
And actually, in fact, Swami Chinmayananda, along with Guruji Golwarkar, started the Vishwa Hindu Parishad with the same intention in 1963.
Correct. Correct. Vishwa Hindu Parishad was started by Chinmayananda ji and Golwalkar. And Chinmayananda ji asked our Swamiji to write the constitution of VHP. So, which is Dayananda ji wrote the bylaws and constitution of VHP. That was those days.
Ashok Singhal was made the.
Yeah, right. So good. They had good visions for the country, and so we all have to learn from them and see how they thought through, how they handled situations, how they handled conflict. All that I learned from Swamiji. I continue to learn, and old satsang sometimes when I hear, there's a lot to learn from them. So good questions.
There are many satsangs in the videos and audios I shared with you last month. Swamiji's.
That sailor's book.
Yeah, so many satsangs are there in that. Of course,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't read it.
Yeah. I used to buy. You won't believe this. Those days, audio cassettes. I used to buy audio cassettes of various talks, various granthas, Vicharasagaram, like that. I used to buy. Then, but without fail, I used to buy the satsang audios. Satsangs with Puja songs. Any Swami. It just is so revealing because, like these satsang sessions, we ask questions that are very important to us, and all kinds of questions will come, and how Swamiji would respond to something. I used to listen for hours. I used to listen to those satsang Q&A sessions. Very revealing. How how they think about life and society. They are the greatest leaders. I found that somebody like Swamiji was.
In that, many of the MP3s are satsangs.
Oh, I see. Okay. So anyway, yeah, that's good. Good discussion, and we'll continue. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय धन्वन्तरये अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वामयविनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्रीमहाविष्णवे नमः।